Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. According to General Hospital teasers on Wednesday, May 28th, Carly Spencer will question Michael Corinthos, and Willow Corinthos will make a daring move. There will be a lot going on in Port Charles since Nina Reeves will also confide in Maxie Jones about her darkest dread. Dante Falconeri and Brooke Lynn Quartermaine will have to deal with Giovanni Gio Palmieri's fury at the Quartermaine home. Gio will question Brooke Lynn's justification for deceiving him, even if Dante will reassure him that he was unaware of her pregnancy. Naturally, Brooke Lynn was also unaware that Gio was the baby boy she had placed for adoption. Brooke Lynn and Dante were just as caught off guard at the nurse's ball as Gio was because it was Lois and Gloria Cerullo who initiated all of this. Nevertheless, Joe's entire world has been turned upside down. Given that Gio is currently in too much pain to really connect with Brooke Lynn and Dante, they will undoubtedly experience some rejection. In the middle of all the drama on Wednesday, Harrison Chase will confess. Although Chase was unaware of the Gio aspect of the situation, he was aware that Brooke Lynn was concealing a son from Dante, and would undoubtedly want to express regret for his dishonesty. In addition, Dante will question Brooke Lynn on whether she ever would have told him if her hand hadn't been pushed. Now that everything has blown up, Brooke Lynn will see how foolish she was to believe that it was best to bury the hurt of the past. In other news, Ned and Olivia Quartermaine will attack Lois for concealing the Gio news for more than 20 years. Lois will respond that Olivia cannot say that until she is in her precise position, despite Olivia's claim that she would have handled the issue differently. Olivia simply won't accept that Lois made an effort to act morally. According to other GH rumors, Nina will discuss with Maxie how Michael's return home may alter the custody hearing. Nina's biggest dread will be heightened by Willow's choice to prioritize Drew Kane over Amelia and Wiley Corinthos. Carly will be crying when she asks Michael how he knew when to return home at her house. Michael might reassure his mother that he's okay, but Carly will want updates on that and is concerned that he might shorten his recuperation. Michael will be prepared to fight for custody in the impending court battle, because he prioritizes keeping his kids safe. Since Jason Morgan brought up Amelia from Drew's residence, Willow and Drew had just reported him for abduction. Willow will likely switch strategies shortly because it doesn't appear that Max Scorpio will take any action. Willow will insist she must try, despite Drew's entreaties in the car not to. In the end, Willow will knock on Carly's door and make Michael speak to her, but it won't go well at all. Willow will try to get Michael to acknowledge that the children belong with her, but he will no longer believe it. According to General Hospital teasers, Michael will not back down from confronting Willow in court and allowing the judge make the final decision. Before the weekend, General Hospital's Finola Hughes spoke with Kelly Ripa and her husband Mark Consuelos on Live with Kelly and Mark. Finola met and matched the humor with style, and there were several excellent one-liners. See some video snippets and continue reading for more. Audience members laugh at funny Finola. Although Kelly Ripa is known for her humorous one-liners, the two All My Children alumni were able to add a lot of fun when they caught up. In one clip, they discussed the nurse's ball on the ABC program. She was seen dancing in the old scene. Finola laughed and remarked, "That's what I look like," comparing herself to the aunt at the wedding that won't sit down. There were a few smiles when someone said, "Stop serving her. I feel like the aunt at the wedding who refuses to sit down." On the other hand, Finola Hughes made her debut in other scenes. Kelly Ripa joked, "Oh, it wasn't his merchandise?" After the GH star clarified that the merchandise she was presented with was actually jewelry, causing more people to chuckle. Finola extended the joke by stating, "I was a jewel thief. During the Iron Curtain I served as a spy on both sides." The genuine Anna Devane made the audience laugh when she said, "But now I'm police commissioner because that's what happened because that's always what happens." Yes, Kelly began with humor. The jokes were coming thick and fast from the very opening of that program. That was a scene from General Hospital starring Finola Hughes and her hair back in 1985, Kelly said to the crowd after Finola's bangs covered one eye during her debut appearance on the show. "You know I was hiding the one eye," Hughes retorted in jest. "I was saving it because that was more money." She smiled and said, "I was waiting for a reveal." Kelly Ripa overheard her friend mention that she was considering sharing her other eye with her in a second season. The part about family feuds. The GH Ensemble, who recently competed against the CBS cast of The Young and the Restless in a game of Family Feud, was the subject of another footage from the Live with Kelly and Mark visit. The episode will premiere later this summer, and the news arrived last week. Finola disclosed that she was her team's captain. She did, however, continue to cheat occasionally in spite of this. She claimed to have sneaked over to the little buzzer thing, while others were preoccupied. Because I would be quick. Mark Consuelos recalled the strong competitiveness of the past. Since you have to fast. As Willow takes a daring decision that might permanently alter the trajectory of her relationships, the drama in Port Charles keeps getting more intense. In the meantime, Nina faces her darkest dread as the walls close in around her, and Carly challenges Michael with urgent inquiries that could reveal long-buried secrets. Viewers are kept on the edge of their seats by the way these plotlines weave together to create a web of suspense, treachery, and emotional upheaval. Willow's audacious step. Although Willow has always been a strong, quiet person, recent events have finally worn her down. She ultimately makes the decision to take charge of her life, in a way that no one anticipates after months of facing emotional and personal hardships. Willow's actions, whether they include confronting a long-standing foe, making a startling admission, or making a significant change in her personal life, cause a stir in Port Charles. Her choice might have serious consequences, particularly for her relationships with Michael and Carly. Her decision to divulge a long-held secret may erode trust or, on the other hand, strengthen her bonds with those she loves. On the other hand, her loved ones could have to pick up the pieces if she makes a significant life shift, like moving out of town or breaking off contact with a powerful person. There is little doubt that Willow's audacious move will be noted. Everyone who knows her will be affected by her choice, which will make them face their own realities and reevaluate their relationships. Carly asks Michael. Carly has never been afraid to pose difficult queries, particularly concerning her family. Tensions increase when she applies her keen intuition to Michael, probing for answers he might not be prepared to provide. Carly's questioning may reveal weaknesses in their once unbreakable tie, whether she is focusing on his allegiance, his recent actions, or his friendship with Willow. Although Michael has always been extremely protective of his family, he also has secrets of his own, some of which, if they were discovered, may harm his relationship with Carly. Their relationship may be put to the ultimate test if she discovers that he has been hiding something from her, whether it be regarding personal or professional problems, or even how he really feels about recent occurrences. Although trust is brittle, Carly and Michael's mother-son relationship has been a pillar of the Corinthos family. Carly might act rashly and possibly side with unexpected allies, or enemies, to obtain the truth if she feels deceived or betrayed. However, it could result in a violent altercation that permanently changes their relationship if Michael opposes her demands and refuses to back down. Nina's greatest fear. After years of avoiding her history, Nina's darkest dread appears to be finally coming true. Nina is facing a crisis that might destroy everything she has worked for, whether it be the possibility of being exposed, losing a loved one, or the breakdown of the new life she has created. She might make poor choices as a result of her desperation and paranoia, further alienating everyone around her. The consequences might be disastrous if her secrets are revealed, especially those involving Sunny, Carly, or Wiley. Although Nina has always struggled to keep things under control, she might discover that her typical strategies are ineffective when the walls press in. Will she ultimately accept accountability for her deeds, or will she redouble her efforts and create even more enemies? She can become defenseless and alone if she loses the backing of important allies like Valentine or Ava. On the other hand, she might come out stronger if she can outwit her opponents, but at what price? Linked destinies. The rich connections between these narratives are what make them so captivating. Michael is impacted by Willow's choices, and Carly is impacted as well. The already strained relationships in Port Charles could get much more complicated if Nina's disintegration puts her in direct conflict with Carly. The characters will have to reconsider their allegiances when alliances change and truths are revealed. Some people might learn that the people they trust the most are the ones with the knives, while others might find unanticipated assistance in unexpected places. The only thing that is certain in a community where passion and deceit go hand in hand is that nothing will ever be the same. Carly's questioning of Michael, Willow's audacious action, and the realization of Nina's darkest dread are all parts of a bigger picture that, when it is all put together, will permanently alter Port Charles. In conclusion, the complicated relationships and intense emotions that characterize the lives of its citizens are demonstrated by the drama that is playing out in Port Charles. Carly's unrelenting search for the truth, Willow's brave act, and Nina's horrific encounter with her history are all strands in a greater fabric of survival, treachery, and love. Viewers can anticipate devastating confessions, surprising revelations, and game-changing twists that will keep them riveted to their screens as these storylines progress. The characters in Port Charles are going to discover how far they will go to safeguard what is most important, and what they are ready to give up in the process, in a world where every choice has repercussions. High-stakes drama is nothing new in Port Charles, but the recent events involving Willow, Carly, Michael, and Nina have escalated the tension to unprecedented levels. Every character is at a turning point in their path, when choices could redefine alliances, reveal long-hidden secrets, and change relationships. The emotional impact from their stories combining promises to change the town's landscape in ways no one could have predicted. Willow's pivotal moment. Willow has long been known for her quiet fortitude, handling personal hardships gracefully even when she is pushed to the limit. However, she now reaches a breaking point due to increasing pressure, whether it comes from her health issues, family disputes, or the weight of spoken secrets. Her daring action could be a startling admission, a significant change in her professional path, or even a choice to break off contact with a person she formerly trusted. A long-held secret regarding Willow's past, her emotions for Michael, or even a secret involving Wiley could be revealed at last. For some, the implications of her decision to be honest instead of silent could be catastrophic, but for others it could be freeing. For example, it can confirm Carly's suspicions and start a new conflict if she acknowledges knowing something important about Nina's machinations. Alternatively, the foundation of her marriage may be shattered if she leaves it, because she feels Michael has been hiding things from her. Another possibility is Willow standing up to a foe, possibly even Nina. A town-wide reckoning may result if she publicly challenges Nina about her plots, forcing people to take sides. Although Willow's strength has frequently been undervalued, her actions this time could indicate that she is unwilling to remain in the background any longer. Whatever she does, it will have far-reaching consequences. The fallout will involve faraway players like Drew or Brooklyn as well as Michael and Carly. Willow's decision could permanently alter Port Charles by strengthening rifts or mending broken ties. Carly's unwavering search for the truth. Protective, fierce, and not afraid to demand answers, Carly Corinthos has always been a force to be reckoned with, particularly when it comes to her family. The tension is evident when she turns her keen intuition toward Michael. She might ask him about his devotion, his recent choices about Willow, or even whether he is aware of Nina's plots. Carly's suspicion that Michael has been hiding information, possibly because Nina has been meddling in their lives, is one convincing scenario. Carly may react violently if she finds out that he was aware of Nina's most recent treachery, but decided not to tell her. Family has always been her biggest defense, so any apparent betrayal by Michael would be devastating. Carly looking into Michael's economic activities is another possibility, particularly if they have anything to do with Sonny's empire or Drew's endeavors. She won't think twice about stepping in if she feels he's doing something that would endanger the stability of the family. Michael's need for independence and Carly's maternal instincts could conflict, turning their encounter into a struggle of wills. This inquiry could have a variety of effects. There could be a severe rift if Michael refuses to give in to Carly's requests. However, it could realign their interests and make them unexpected allies in a new conflict if he confesses something that changes Carly's viewpoint, such as the fact that Nina is putting Willow in danger. Nina's demise, confronting her severe nightmare. After years of meticulously building her life in Port Charles, Nina Reeves' worst nightmare is now coming true, losing everything. Nina is teetering on the brink. Whether it's because her secrets have been revealed, her relationship with Sonny has fallen apart, or she's realized that her manipulations have alienated everyone she loves about. The fact that she helped conceal Sonny's identity when he was Mike in Nixon Falls is what makes her most vulnerable. Should Carly or Willow discover concrete evidence of her deceit, Nina's entire world might collapse. Sonny, who has already shown mistrust against her, might eventually sever his relationship with her. If he perceives her as a liability, even Valentine, one of her few surviving pals, may turn against her. On the other hand, Nina may be afraid of losing Wiley's love if the truth about her meddling in his life is revealed. She has clung tenaciously to the notion of becoming a grandmother figure, but she would be devastated if Michael and Willow decided to permanently cut her off. Nina may use drastic tactics in her desperation, such as making up fresh falsehoods, coercing someone like Ava into assisting her, or even going after Carly in a last-ditch attempt to reclaim control. However, the more she battles, the more she runs the risk of alienating the few people who are still supporting her. How these tales collide, the domino effect. The way that one character's actions shake the entire village is what makes these interwoven stories so beautiful. Willow's audacious approach might unintentionally reveal Nina's secrets, providing Carly with the leverage she needs to defeat her at last. Carly may have to decide between her resentment and her family's safety if her interrogation of Michael turns out that he has been shielding Willow from something, perhaps Nina's most recent plot. Nina's disintegration might cause her to attack Willow, posing a direct threat and bringing Michael and Carly together against her. It is inevitable that other characters will become entangled in the commotion. Sonny might have to make a crucial decision since he is torn between his allegiance to Carly and his complex past with Nina. Constantly guarding her mother, Jocelyn can end up in the crossfire. As the fight intensifies, even supporting characters like Curtis, Laura, or Valentine can be compelled to choose a side. Themes of redemption, betrayal, and survival. This saga's fundamental elements are timeless. Betrayal. Trust is the ultimate casualty, whether it's Willow feeling tricked by Michael's secrets, Carly feeling duped by her own kid, or Nina having to deal with the fallout from her lies. Redemption. Some characters like Willow for her previous hesitancies, Michael for his omissions, or even Nina if she eventually acknowledges her shortcomings, may ask for forgiveness. Survival. Power moves swiftly in Port Charles. The winner will be the one who adjusts the quickest, whether by honesty, guile, or pure willpower. What comes next? Forecasts and opportunities. Willow's future. Will Drew be a confidant if she splits from Michael? Will the community support her if she exposes Nina? Carly's next step. Will she cut Michael off if she finds out he withheld anything from her? Or will they work together to defeat a common foe? Nina's final stand. Will she leave the town or will she fight to the death, bringing as many people with her as she can? In conclusion, in Port Charles the stakes have never been higher. Carly's confrontation with Michael, Willow's audacious action, and Nina's biggest dread materializing are not separate incidents. Rather, they serve as triggers for a profound change in power dynamics and interpersonal connections. There is no doubt that the consequences will be unforgettable as secrets are revealed and allegiances are put to the test. General Hospital spoilers for the next 2 weeks, May 27th to June 6th, predict that there will be some courtroom drama, potentially jeopardizing Sasha Gilmore Corbin's secret. Jason Morgan and Michael Corinthos are also planning a strategy session, so here's what GH viewers can expect. As this week's episodes air from May 27th to 30th, Cody Bell would wish he had handled things differently now that Giovanni Gio Palmieri's true parentage has been revealed. Lulu Spencer will feel the same way, especially after Dante Falconeri lashes out and makes her cry with his cruel comments. Lois Cerullo will undoubtedly face consequences for her intricate Gio cover-up. Brooklyn Quartermaine, Olivia Quartermaine, and many others will put Lois on full blast. Despite Tracy Quartermaine's efforts to persuade her great-grandson, Gio may insist on leaving the Quartermaine mansion after all of the drama that has ensued. Emma Scorpio Drake will be there for Gio in his moment of need, but Gio may reject Brooke Lynn and Dante's attempts to contact him afterward. Ned Quartermaine was unaware of Brooke Lynn's teenage pregnancy and subsequent adoption. That is why Ned deserves the honest, emotional talk he will have with Brooke Lynn soon. Nina Reeves will contact Sonny Corinthos for help convincing Michael to compromise with Willow Corinthos. Sonny may argue that now that Michael has returned from Germany, he must deal with the matter on his own. Meanwhile, Michael will return Wiley Corinthos to Carly Spencer's residence, where Amelia Corinthos will already be waiting. Willow will try to resist, but Michael will not believe the children belong with their mother anymore. Drew Kane may promise Willow that they will solve everything out, but she may be concerned about losing the kids in the upcoming custody battle. Michael's family will eventually give him a genuine welcome home, while Nina opens up to Maxie Jones about the mess that is only getting worse. Ava Jerome will also have some counsel for Nina, and we'll see if she takes it. Jason will then meet with Michael to discuss strategy, after which he will make a request to Sasha. That could include some guarantee that Sasha will continue to conceal their one-night stand and the true paternity of the baby she's carrying. It is critical if Michael intends to gain an advantage in the future court battle. While Jason will most likely continue to play Sasha's baby daddy, Curtis Ashford will have severe qualms about continuing his relationship with Portia Robinson now that she has lied again. Portia clearly wants to work things out, but can she persuade Curtis that there is still hope for their marriage? Trina Robinson and Kai Taylor will fall asleep for the first time and wake up on cloud 9. Alexis Davis will meet secretly with Christina Corinthos Davis and Lucky Spencer now that everyone is aware of Ava and Rick Lansing's blackmail attempt. While Christina, Lucky, and Alexis scheme, Elizabeth Baldwin will catch up with Laura Spencer after the nurses' ball turmoil. Michael and Willow's court date will take place between June 2nd and June 6th. It is planned for June 2nd, so all of the courtroom activity should begin then. Of course, everyone knows that juicy secrets emerge in situations like this. Could Sasha get caught up on the stand and admit that Michael is the father of her unborn child? Regardless, the judge will finally decide who Wiley and Amelia belong to. So Willow, Drew, and Michael will be waiting for updates on some important news. When Brooke Lynn and Dante return, they will be determined to form a bond with Gio. It won't be easy, but Gio should come around sooner or later. Lois will be the town's pariah as a result of her dishonesty. Will she stay to set things right or flee Port Charles? In either case, Lois faces a difficult road after alienating so many people with her secret. General Hospital spoilers indicate the next 2 weeks will be filled with even more jaw-dropping occurrences, so stay tuned. Brooke Lynn lashes out at Lois, Tracy learns Gio is family, and Michael takes Wiley and Amelia from Willow. Monday, May 27, 2025. Today on General Hospital, Cody and Lulu regret their mistakes. Emma supports Gio and Kai and Trina make love. Lois is running around the Metro Court's patio area looking for Gio when Brooke Lynn discovers her. She demands to know whether Gio is her son. Lois sobs and confirms he is. Brooke Lynn breaks down in tears, and Lois says that she and her grandma tried to do the right thing. They chose to keep Joe close to ensure he found a loving home. Lois wants her daughter to say something. Brooke Lynn claims she can't breathe, and Lois rushes to her side, holding and comforting her. They settle down, and Lois gets some water for her kid. Brooke Lynn demands to know everything. Lois recalls that Camilla was yearning to have a kid, so when she and Gloria proposed adopting Gio, she was ecstatic. They all understood they could keep Gio near and watch out for him, and Lois could tell her daughter without lying that her son had gone to a loving home. Lois claims that was the perfect solution until Camilla became ill and died. They couldn't tell her and Gio the truth because Joe's life had just gone apart. Brooke Lynn listens in disbelief as Lois claims she was doing the right thing. Dante walks out and asks, "For whom? Whose best interests are served?" Brooke Lynn apologizes to Dante. He asks, "So it's true?" She explains that she became pregnant that summer. He questions why she didn't inform him. Did she worry he'd be angry? She cries, saying she didn't know what to tell him. She was young, terrified, and completely adrift with no idea what to do. She couldn't terminate the pregnancy, so she gave up the baby and promised never to tell him. She has been dreading this expression on his face for 20 years. She maintains she had no idea the child was Gio until now. Dante asks again why she didn't tell him. Brooke Lynn describes her decision to give up the child. She was already in pain, and she felt it would be horrible to make him suffer. Dante remarks that they have a lot to talk about, but first they must find their son. Lois wants to accompany them, but Brooke Lynn says, "Like hell you will." Brooke Lynn lashes out, claiming that she thought she was in charge all these years, but she was not. She agreed to a closed adoption, but her mother altered the plan. She should have informed her. She did something unforgivable. There is no excuse for this, and she lied to everyone. She lied to her daughter for 22 years, Gio throughout his entire childhood, Dante, Olivia, Dad, and Tracy among others. Lois wishes she could go back in time and do things differently, but Brooke Lynn says that doesn't matter. Brooke Lynn runs out, telling her mother to leave her and her boy alone. Dante follows her, and Lois breaks down in tears. Michael reunites with his children. Outside the ballroom, Michael tells Wiley how much he misses him, and Wiley realizes he has grown a foot since last seeing him. Wiley inquires whether they are returning to Uncle Drew's, but Michael responds that they are having an overnight at Grandma Carly's. Wiley cheers. As Michael walks out with his son, Willow and Drew appear and Wiley waves, "Bye, Mommy," to Willow. Jason steps in and advises them that following Michael and Wiley is a bad idea. Willow asks Jason where Michael is bringing Wiley when she receives a call from her babysitter. Drew and Willow flee after she discovers that Jason has arrived and taken Amelia from her house. Sunny, Joss, Nina, and Carly turn up. Joss walks away, and Carly assures Nina she'll see her in court before following him out. Nina grabs Sunny and begs him to hear her out. Nina cannot believe Jason stole Amelia from her house, and she had hoped Michael's return would calm things down. She asks Sunny if he can't convince Michael that a compromise is best. Sunny reminds her that no one wants a war, but until Willow gets away from Drew, this is what will happen. He wants her to show Willow that Drew is not a decent guy. He has damaged her life, ruined her marriage, and now she is about to lose her children. He hopes Drew is worth it and walks away. Reunited, Michael returns to Carly's, where Sasha and Amelia are on the sofa. Michael hugs both of his children, as he has missed them so much. He puts Wiley to bed and expresses how much he loves and misses him. After Amelia is also killed, Michael returns to Sasha and considers why she does not want to raise her child as a Quartermain or Corinthos. Michael thanks her for assisting him tonight. He expresses gratitude for sending the sonograms, and assures her that he would not interfere with the baby's life, unless she changes her mind. Willow and Drew go to the PCPD and inform Mac that Jason Morgan kidnapped Amelia. Tracy learns the truth. Emma arrives at the Quartermain home and finds Gio prepared to flee, saying, "I can't stay here." Emma assures him she's going with him. Tracy storms in before they can leave, yelling about Drew framing her and arresting her. She then inquires as to what they are doing here, why they are not attending the ball, and what is wrong. Gio recalls what happened earlier that evening, and Tracy urges them to speak. Gio informs Tracy that, considering how she loves to remind him that he is not a Quartermain, the joke is on her, because he is related. Tracy is perplexed, so Gio confesses that Brooklyn is his mother and Dante is his father. Surprise! It's a boy. Tracy learns it was him all along. "You are my great-grandson." Gio grabs Emma's hand and attempts to leave, but Tracy urges him not to go any farther. They enter the living room, and Tracy inquires about what occurred and why he believes this. Gio claims he overheard Lois say it and wants to leave before anybody else returns home. Tracy realizes how startling and unpleasant this is, but he can't just claim he's family and walk out the door. He asks, "Why not?" She says it's because he's her family. Tracy gives him a photo of Edward and Lila, tells him who they are, and explains that everything in this house is his, and everyone who lives here is linked to him. He screams as she warns him not to push them away. Gio claims it is not her fault, but he had a family, including a mother he adored and who died. He has now discovered that everything was a lie, and that his family is made up of liars. So he's not ready to join the Q bandwagon since it's a big lie. Brooklyn and Dante arrive just as Gio is about to depart. Cody and Lulu realize their mistakes too late. Lulu gets home, and Cody waits for her on the porch with beers. They drink together, and she inquires about Dante's health. Cody expresses anger, confusion, and amazement. He told Dante that Brooklyn left camp that summer pregnant, and Gio is his son. He claims her name did not come up, but Lulu insists she will not hide her role. Cody is not sure they made the correct decision. Cody asks if Lulu told Gio the truth tonight. She did not. Lulu thinks Gio overheard her and Lois chatting about him. Cody believes addressing Lois at the ball was not a good idea. Cody admits he was so fixated on Dante that he forgot about Gio. He recognizes that his position is not the same as Joe's, as he never felt like he fit in with his family growing up. Gio grew raised with a family who adored him, yet they destroyed his family and memories. Lulu flashes back to Carly, warning her of the consequences of her interference. They talk about how hurt Gio was on stage, and their hearts break for him, Brooklyn and Dante. Cody points out that they were so blinded by the falsehood that they couldn't see why it was there in the first place. Many people's lives have been torn apart and will never be the same. Lulu feels that things will improve in the long run, but Cody points out that Gio grew up believing Camilla was his mother. Lulu insists that no one can take his love or memories away. Cody just hopes Gio isn't out there alone. Lulu admits that, despite her flaws, Brooklyn is a caring person who will make a fine mother. Gio thought he was an orphan, but now he has an entire family that will adopt him, just as the Scorpios did Cody. Cody believes it won't help Gio if he can't trust his family, and he's not sure how someone can recover from such a major deception. Lulu thinks things look dismal now, but everyone will help Gio cope with his new reality. They agree to do anything they can to help, but Cody urges she stay quiet for a bit. Cody decides to walk home since he believes the fresh air would be beneficial. Trina and Kai return to her apartment, and she says she enjoyed having him in the crowd tonight. He compliments her on her great voice. Nevertheless, everything about her is beautiful. They kiss. They sit down, sip champagne, and reflect on their relationship's hard beginning, and how far they've come. She starts unbuttoning his shirt, and he wonders what if Joss comes home. She says Joss is spending the night at her mother's. He asks if she is certain she wants to do this and they can wait. She is confident, so they go to her bedroom to make love. They cuddle, and he inquires as to what she is thinking. She mentions art class and he laughs. She admits she didn't want him as a partner, but she's glad she had him since he's the best thing that has happened to her in a long time. He feels the same way. On the next General Hospital, Dante confronts Brooklyn, asking if she would have told him if her hand had not been forced. Gio asks, "What's your excuse?" Olivia lashes out at Lois, who adds, "You can't say that until you're in the same situation." Nina confides in Maxie, saying this will change everything before the custody hearing. Drew urges Willow not to do this while in his car. She says she must try. Carly inquires, "How did you know to come home?" According to General Hospital teasers, Sonny Corinthos may be Lois Cerullo's last backer in Port Charles following the revelation of Gio Palmieri's parentage. Could friendship grow into something more now that Sonny and Lois are older and presumably wiser? Will sparks kindle between Sonny and Lois after so many years? Sonny Corinthos and Lois Cerullo have always been close. Sonny and Lois grew up together in Bensonhurst. Sonny was always welcome in the Cerullo home. Lois and Sonny have always been protective of each other, but they have never had a romantic relationship. Lois was too close to Sonny's ex, Brenda Barrett, to pursue anything romantic with him. Lois, on the other hand, requires immediate assistance. Sonny and Lois are always there for one another, and even though Lois has lied to him about his grandchild for years, she ensured that Sonny knew Gio.